Joining me in the room podcast to talk about his latest win back at Combat Zone 83 is the Jaguar, Jacob Bohn. Jacob, once again, welcome to the show and thanks for the time, my friend.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Great start of the year. I'm having a ball myself out of the cage and doing things on the side. But watching you, man, right? Beginning of 2024. You'll go against another stud in the New England area, and you come away with a finish. Let's talk about that fight, Combat Zone 83, and how you felt in there.
Yeah, as always, man. I appreciate you having me on the show and boosting us fighters. It's a big support, man. Without you, we'd be in the shadows too much. But yeah, man, that last fight was a good fight. He's a good striker, and he put on a good fight with Barrett, and I knew he was gonna be a banger. So, I was working on my boxing a lot. I told everybody my boxing. I told myself that, and I just did it. My boxing and my wrestling. So, put it together, and just in the stance I wanted to. I just really feel like I wanted to own my stance. I'm always playing around. I tell everybody, all my guys, and anybody I work with. And I just haven't had too much, like my boxing coaches in the past tell me I get good angles, but I don't do anything with them. And, I just wanted to, I have good footwork, but I just felt like I was actually using it in an offensive way this time, like low and sturdy and forward in my career.
Well, as far as studying up on Mo, like he's fought Peter Barrett. You've been in the same cage with Peter Barrett. What were some of the fights that you really focused on? Some of his past fights to kind of get a game plan going forward with him.
Well, I mean, like I said, I knew he didn't want to be on the ground, and he liked to stay long. He was a good striker at distance. In range, it looked like it was a little more of like, not like sitting on him where we're close and we're down, we're rooted, we're boxing. It was more of just a kind of, I don't know, kind of good counters and stuff when he made the distance and angles with it. But yeah, he wanted to stay long and he didn't want to grapple. So those are the big things I took from that. And like my wrestling, I wanted to be in close range and I wanted to box. Yeah, I wanted to wrestle, I want to grapple. Good at it.
Well, there was a lot of that going on. And, from a couple of our past interviews, you talked about being a complete martial artist in there and kind of taking your time and not getting into a brawl all the time. But, Mo Kanani, he's been in a lot of brawls and, going into that fight and during that fight, what was the feeling, in there? Is it business as usual? Or did you just feel like you had way more experience in there and, you could just control the pace and control the fight?
Well, yeah, I knew I had more experience, so I had that over his head. But yeah, the more times you're in there, the easier it gets. The more you see, the more your style becomes grounded and you really start to find yourself. I mean, it takes some people they find it quickly, but like MMA, like there's so much to the sport, the ground, the standing, in between. But man, like yeah, I really found my style lately.
As far as fighting for Combat Zone, this was your first time, I believe, fighting in that promotion. How was it for you, and what was the experience for you? Because you've been fighting all over New England and most of the promotions here since early in your career. How is this compared to the other promotions?
Yeah, Combat Zone was awesome. It was a really good promotion. The guys were all cool, all the people working there, and that's really like one of the big things I look at. Like I love the cage. I love the lights, the cameras, the action, all the stuff when they put that stuff on, and like the different little whatever they do for different Facebook and Instagram reels, all the stuff, social media stuff they put up. But one of the things I really like, I like that, not to change it on to Cage Titans, but Cage Titans is a really good family. Combat Zone was a great family. Like they made that good family feeling. So that's just what I'm big about.
Excellent. Well,
Oh,
as we move on, we might mention Cage Titans a little bit in this conversation, but
yeah.
Jacob, let's talk about this. You've won against four legit opponents, top five guys in New England in the past since the end of 2022. How are you feeling about your career since the end of 2022? Because you entered that Cage Titans cage. You lost your first two, I believe, fighting Joe Giannetti for the title, then Peter Barrett in the fight of the year. How do you feel about, your career since, them last couple of losses?
Yeah, man. Armando, he got me there. Not this last fight because I absolutely won my last one. The fight before that, he got me, and yeah, I just didn't have a good fight that fight, and yeah, I had a good camp for it, but I just didn't have a good camp, and it was what it was. You have good fights, some you don't win them all. It is with my record, you obviously know that I fight all the tough guys, so win some, lose some, but um, freaking overall, yeah, my career is going great, man. I'm really, like I said, finding my style, and it's just I feel like it's just starting to take off. I mean, feeling good.
Excellent. Well, we're 2.5 weeks removed from that last win of yours. A lot of promotions, a lot of fights coming up, a lot of cards. Talking about Cage Titans, we have a card at the end of the month, and there's a bunch of fighters on that card that I believe you tussled in that cage with. Interested in some of the outcomes that are going to be happening at that Cage Titans event? Are you going to be watching for maybe a potential opponent, maybe a rematch, or are you looking to get out of the area for your next bout?
Man, yeah, I don't even, me, I don't care. But this next card, there is the next cage science card. There's some scraps going on, and there, yeah, a lot of potential matchups. So, oh man, there are some good matchups, and a lot of guys I'd like to fight too. But I mean, I've already fought them, so I'm always just like, oh, I love the sport and in that part, like where it's just always an adventure. Kind of fighting a new guy, new game plan. I've never sparred this guy. I've never fought him, so it's going to be a whole new dance with this person.
Well, I'm one to try to get the beans here, Jacob. So you have a fighter under your wing that is fighting that night, and a cross training fighter that you help out in his career with Jonathan Piersma fighting for their title. You got Jake Hicksenbaugh coming in.
Oh man, yeah.
I would imagine. Are you going to be in Jake's corner that night?
Oh yeah,
All right.
definitely, definitely.
All right, so you're
Oh
going to be you're going to be watching these fights. You're going to be helping Jacob.
yeah,
So you're going to be in the place. So
we watch it.
there is a possibility that you could be called into that cage at the end of
Maybe.
at the end of the night sometime. I would imagine. So
Yeah, yeah.
is
I
that
don't know. Nobody said anything yet, but if they want to call me in there, I don't know. We can
well,
talk.
Jacob? There could be a couple of callers, a couple of fighters calling you in that cage, other than not Mike Polvere. So
Yeah,
you know how the Cage Titans community is, and there's
yeah.
a bunch of guys in there that would love to fight you. I saw you at after parties with Peter Barrett shooting the shit, talking about your fights and just like the ball you guys had in there, man. So I love to see it with you, bro. Mix it up in New England again. You got, like I said, you're 4 out of 5 wins in your last five, four wins out of your last five, but all of them 4 wins have been New England guys, top 5 guys. So you're on a roll around the area. So there's a lot of eyes on you here too.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, like I said, I feel good lately. Like I really, not that it would be like a broken record, but like I found my style and I like really like how I put it all together last fight. And like I said, like just the complete package, like the whole MMA, working every part of it.
Well, your whole career here, man, you're 14-11, 14-11. You got 2 finishes in your last 5 fights against 2, like I said, top 5 fighters in the area. Are you looking? I mean, you got PFL with all these tournaments, and is the UFC still in your mindset like that? You
Oh
can
yeah,
get there by the end of the year or a couple of more
oh
fights. Like,
yeah.
what's your ultimate goal here, as far as in your career as a mixed martial artist?
Yeah, I'd love to go to the UFC someday. That'd be awesome. I mean, like when you look at some of the fighters in their UFC, they're usually all tough guys in there. But I mean, like a tough guy, I put on a good fight. Like I just got to keep grinding and know, put on a good show for somebody. Make the right connection at the right time, and Oh, nice little highlight reel, and then you get the call.
Excellent, man. And
Thank you very much.
you're always ready, Jacob. It could be a last minute replacement there, and you're always ready
Yeah,
for a scrap.
yeah,
So, and it's shown in your career. You always make weight, so they know that you're a valuable guy if they need to call someone for to fill in. So, you're doing it, man. Big fights. Cage Titans got their eye on you. Everyone else got their eye on you. There's a lot of titles out there up for grabs after these next couple of cards. But man, congratulations on all the success and coming to New England and getting a big name for yourselves, man. I think the beginning of 2022, that's when you really started really focusing and putting it on the fighters in New England.
yeah. Like I just I've just become like the more experience. I've just really yeah, in the cage it just gets easier every time you get in there, and you just I put on good shows, so I don't see why they wouldn't want me, you know,
Well,
to
my
go and
man,
put on a good show.
anything you want to say to leave off here? Any thank yous? Anything you want to say about the upcoming fight? Maybe about Jake and what do you got to say toward the end of this this conversation?
Yeah, man. I can't wait to go to the Cage Titans fights. End of this month, me and Jake just put in some good work today. Um, he Jake's gonna shine, obviously. John's gonna shine. We got so many other good fights on the card, but man, it's gonna be a good night. Can't wait.
It's gonna be a fun night, my man. I'll see you on the 30th, bro, at Cage Titans. I can't wait to see what happens after that was a couple of fights toward John's main event. But it's gonna be an exciting night. We'll see you with the crew and John and all his family. It's a great night. Hopefully you're at the after party this time. I know you got to get back
Oh,
to the
is
whole.
there?
All
Yeah,
right.
man. I totally forgot. I just Saturday. Saturday, I just got my black belt too.
Yeah, that was here. Talk about it, Jacob. How long's it been, and what's that mean to you? We'll leave it off there. What's that mean to you to get that black belt?
Man, yeah, that is awesome. I mean, some people were saying, it's time, it's your time, it's about time, and I'm like, it's time when it's time. I told a lot of my good friends that, and it's like, I feel like I understand where they were coming from. They wanted to they were just happy for me, and but this my journey through this is like, I think everybody's journey has been uh is different. It's been a long road, like different gyms, uh different locations. I'm doing the MMA thing, so I can't focus all my time in just jujitsu. I gotta, wrestle. I gotta do more Thai. I gotta do kickboxing, boxing. Just freaking gotta stay lifting and work out, whatever. But I just couldn't focus as much time as I wanted it to do. I guess, and I don't know. My main goal is from the beginning, like I love fighting. I want to fight, so I'm gonna do good at all these other sports, and eventually, I knew I was gonna be a black belt someday, but I was in no rush for it, and I was only chasing a belt. So it is what it is. But it felt, man, it felt good, man. It felt really good. It was just a good day too. Good feeling. I was nervous as hell because it was like I was more nervous to that than I would in a cage. I really was. I
Yeah.
was more nervous to that than it was the cage because it was out through Skype with the we had our red belt grandmaster Flavio Bearing there, and then his son Silvio was there, and then there was so many other black belts there on the Skype watching, and then my professor Curtis Mosley was there in person with me, and my whole team was there. I've seen the pictures there
Yeah.
on Facebook and Instagram, but it was good. A lot of people there came for me, and it was just really cool because that's the reason I started this anyway. Is like I love the whole team. I love that whole team family environment, like that vibe. We make each other better and we build each other up and we push through some tough shit together, and it's we're there for it.
Excellent, my man.
'Cause it
Well,
does take some.
you got a lot of guys, girls under your wing here that you're going to be taking along, and someday you're going to be handing one of those one of those black belts yourself. So, man, you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life, and I couldn't be more proud of what I'm seeing out of you, man. 14 and 11, four big wins here in New England, and who knows what's next in in the next couple of months for you. But I'll see you on the 30th, Jacob, and congratulations, man, on a great career so far, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, maybe that black belt will look better for the credentials to get to the UFC. I don't know.
Excellent. And you know, also maybe a title, a belt around
Yeah,
your waist, you know, a
yeah.
Cage Titans belt around your waist. But we'll see, my man.
Yep.
That's a little ways
Right,
down the road, brother.
right, right.
I'll see you on the 30th. Jacob,
March 30th, brother.
I have your Instagram here. Is there anything else that we want to follow you on? Facebook is just your regular name, right?
Yeah, Facebook, just Jacob Bohn, Instagram, and Bohn, Jacob Bohn, whatever, you know.
Excellent. And anyone wants to go on his social media, you can see his promotion, black belt, all, you know, some all his fight. Look on any promotions page anywhere and you'll see Jacob's face or some blood or something going on. He's been in everyone's cage. So Jacob,
know?
I'm excited to see you as out of the cage on 30th because we can have a beer
I
together.
know.
We can have a beer together and we can just talk about
Right.
fighting. You know what I mean? So I'll see you on the 30th. I can't wait. Cage Titans here. It's coming, man.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait, bro. See
All
you
right.
then.
All right.